Hi guys, so today we are going to be taking a look at some of my older sketchbooks. These are my two moleskins that I have, and I really want to just try them out, and I have to say, the paper and just like how nice the sketchbook is challenging for how expensive it is. You want to make your art look like amazing in here, and so like you put so much effort and time into it that sometimes you forget to just draw just for fun. I'd like to get another one, but for how expensive they are and on the fact that I haven't done any traditional art since February, and here we are in May, the investment is not really worth it. I collect movie tickets. This is from Infinity War and then Pacific Rim Uprising. And then I just, have a picture of the Ouran High School Host Club boys just chilling in here because I love them. This is my Transformers OC, Satan. Yes, his name is Satan. It will not change. This is my other Transformers OC, A-Track. Yeah, A-Track. I forget a lot of my Transformers OC's names because I have several, but also I haven't drawn my Transformers OCs in months. I still really like the shading on this, and I really like the greens on this as well. This is a drawing I did of Leo Valdez from the Percy Jackson Heroes of Olympus series. I'd like to redraw this digitally and add color to it, so maybe I'll do that one of these days. I love drawing Leo. He's amazing. Here's some more kind of like Rick Riordan characters. We got Nico, or that's Nico and Will. We got Meg from the Trials of Apollo series. This is Apollo as a mortal because he gets transformed into a mortal for punishment. Piper. We got Alex and Magnus from the Magnus Chase series. I added some sticky notes because I saw someone on Instagram had drawing characters and they added sticky notes for like a pop of color and some contrast, and so I did too, and I really liked the way it looked. And this is a drawing of Optimus. So in 2018, in May, I think, because I'd never read them before, I started reading the MTMTE IDW Transformer comics. Love them. So I kept a mental list, not a mental list, but like a physical list. I kept a mental list too. I made a physical list of which volumes had which issues, so I just wrote all of them down here. Blur and Sideswipe, because I shipped them, preferably Sideswipe, RID, and like Slash Rescue Bots, because he was in Rescue Bots, and we got Blur. Blur is like my favorite Rescue Bots character. Then again, he's just my favorite Transformers character probably in general, minus the Sky, of course. I still really, to this day, I still love this sketch so much. Oh, here we go. So this is a character that I draw a lot. This is Rysand. He is from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, but I love Rysand very much. Oh, here he is again with Feyre. If you haven't read the series, you should. However, it is fantasy. There is some smut, so there's that. They're in their Starfall costumes, which I love that scene. It's still so good. Here is when I really started to practice with pen. I use a lot of pen, and I have from this point on, but I really predominantly in the sketchbook, as you can see, used pen. And this is Percy Jackson. This is Thorne Carshwell from the Lunar Chronicles series. We got Simon Lewis from the Mortal Instruments. We have my vampire extraordinaire, Edward Cullen. This is Blurry Feather on Instagram's character Esteban Valdez. He's Valdez's son, but I really like the way Thorne turned out and just like the detail on these. These are some characters from the Last Stand of the Wreckers comics, which you have to read like in between an MTMT somewhere. I love these characters so much. We got Pyro, Rotor Storm, and then Iron Fist. I love them so much. Oh, these are so cringeworthy. These were my attempts at drawing some of the Court of Thorns and Roses characters. I think I was looking up other people's interpretations of these characters and trying to blend them all together, but I just don't like these. And my interpretations of the way I think they look have changed quite a bit. This is supposed to be Feyre, this is Elaine, Lucian, Rysand again. This Rysand is awful. Oh god, these are so bad. Oh god, these are so bad. These don't do the characters justice. Moore and Azrael, they're so bad. And then we have this, which this got a lot of likes on Instagram, but that's just basically my Transformer OC's Yellow Jacket's personality, basically in a nutshell. I have some more pen practice sketches, and I really like these. Jim from Troll Hunter, Netflix. I have Anger Rot, I believe that's his name, and then this is supposed to be, I think it's Aaron Edgerton, I think, who plays young Han Solo. I just seen Solo, and then I drew this after I came home that evening from the theater. I really love the detail that I put into these pen sketches because they look kind of 3D in a sense, but yeah, the detail in these, oh man, Emily She knew what she was doing back then. His face doesn't exactly look like him, but I think it looks still pretty good. I still love this spread a lot to this day. Just some more pen sketches. It was June 1st, and it was Tom Holland's birthday, so I just did some Spider-Man. And then obviously it was the beginning of Pride Month, so I drew a picture of my Transformers OC, Airstrike, and Oreo OC on Instagram. Oreo.glitch is OC Red Zone, because they're a couple. I think we got our first trailer for Ralph Breaks the Internet. I drew Elsa, Ralph, and Vanellope, and then I attempted to draw Jasmine, and I hate everything about this. The Elsa looks really good, and so does the Ralph. Oh, here we got our first trailer for the Bumblebee movie, which is it was such an excellent movie. I love it so much. So I did some different interpretations of Bumblebee. These are more like, I guess, simplified versions, but these are like, I still really love this sketch a lot. And here he is with Charlie. And then I had to do this one. I still really like this one. Just something about it is really cute and like innocent to me. Oh, this. Okay, so at the time that I posted this was my most liked drawing for a couple years. Yeah, I think up until 2020, this was my most liked post. I believe we got our first trailer or our first look at How to Train Your Dragon 3. My first attempt at Toothless and my first ever drawing of Hiccup. And I was kind of upset because I'm like, I have all this other art that I did that I thought was better than this, and I'm like, I've never even drawn How to Train Your Dragon, but How to Train Your Dragon is a really popular fandom. But now looking back at it, now I'm like, I was happy. Her present Emily's like, hey, I'm glad this got to be my most popular post for a while, because it is well done. And honestly, I'd love my art now that's not Transformers art to be my most popular art. I still really love this, and I added the green, and I really like that. Oh, here's some more A Court of Thorns and Roses characters. Tarquin, High Lord of the Summer Court. Helion, High Lord of the Day Court. I think he turned out the best out of all of these. We have Cassian. This is okay. It's not great. And then Nesta. This is a pen sketch I did of Edward Cullen and Bella Swan, or Bella Cullen, I guess. And I think Edward turned out okay, but I think there's just a lot of things wrong with like Bella. So now we're going to take a look at my sketchbook from April 2019 to July 2019. I have, again, more movie tickets: Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel, Detective Pikachu, Aladdin, Godzilla King of Monsters, Spider-Man Far From Home, and then Toy Story 4. So the first drawing in here is one of Bakugo from My Hero Academia. I still really like his facial expression. Obviously, the anatomy is not great. You know what? I'm still working on anatomy. I want to do some anatomy studies, figure drawing studies, because like I need to. I still really like this pen sketch that I did of Fantasy AU Bakugo. I'd love to try to redo this digitally, but I still really like this sketch quite a bit, actually. These are some digital pieces that I did of Deku. I feel like it's very soft because I used a lot of like light gray, light blue, and like this aqua-y marker that I had. A little bit of a blue shadow undertone to it. I still really like this sketch. I still really love this sketch, this page. This is Amajiki-kun, or from My Hero Academia. He's my favorite of the big three. His costume is kind of complicated to draw because like there's a lot of different elements to it. I love how I added some blue for shadows, and I like how I colored the background a little bit, and I like how I extended it onto the other page. I think I had just seen Endgame, or I was about to see Endgame, so I drew a piece of Steve Rogers. I don't mind his face and his shading. The shading everywhere else is just kind of, ugh. And then Iron Man, I don't like this sketch at all. This is awful. I hate it. Obviously, I had to draw Captain America wielding Mjolnir the hammer. That's one of my favorite scenes, not just in Endgame, but also in the entire MCU. And sketch of Loki. I like the shading on this, actually. It doesn't really look like Loki. I still kind of like it, actually, like the shading especially. I have some sketches of Todoroki, some ones of Dobby, just some Spider-Man sketches. I actually really like this one, especially the head. I really like the head. I have some more. Yeah, I think we either got our first trailer for Far From Home, or we got like another trailer for Far From Home. I did just a bunch of sketches of Peter. That's Peter. Then I did Mysterio, and then I really like this Spider-Man sketch. And I was gonna ink it, but I never finished it. But I did I actually still really like this head right here. I still really like that a lot. This sketch down here is not that bad either. And these pages are falling out. Just some more Spider-Man, because I went through a phase where I love drawing Spider-Man. I still love drawing Spider-Man just because I feel like he's the easiest superhero to draw. And then I did a full body drawing of Spider-Man, practicing with my colors. Some more Spider-Mans. Obviously markers bleed through, but I just kind of utilized the non-marker bludge spots. I really like this one, how he's kind of like, looks like he's coming out of the page or something. I just want to draw Black Widow and Hawkeye. I don't really like the Black Widow's okay, but the Hawkeye is just that face we don't talk about. And then I did Scarlet Witch, and I still actually kind of like this Scarlet Witch. Her face is a little but I like the pink background that I did. And then I did this drawing of Kaminari, and I think an outfit that I either saw in Tumblr or one that I came up with. I'm not 100% sure. Hiroshima screenshot redraw, I think. Yeah, because this is an outfit that he wore in the show. Did a little quick drawing of Todoroki in his season 1 hero costume. I think it's my first try at drawing Black Panther, and I actually really like the way it looked. I tried to draw some type of like pattern to add some contrast to the page. I don't know, it doesn't really do much for it, but I still like this drawing. Here I have Runan from the Dragon Prince. I believe it was his birthday. I really like the way this turned out. His face, I feel like his eyes are too close together, and just something about his face. But actually, other than that, I still really love this drawing, and I'd love to like redraw it. Oh, and then I think I saw the live action Aladdin movie, and you guys know Aladdin is my favorite Disney live action ever. And I obviously had to draw Jasmine, so I did this one, and I really like this one. And then this one, I like the drawing, everything about it, except for that face. I feel like her eyes, if I look at just her nose and her mouth, I think it looks good, but I think something about the eyes just did not go very well. And I did another pen sketch attempt of her in her orange dress. I think this face turned out pretty okay. Some more drawings of Dobby. This one I did, just wanted to draw him like hanging out, just chilling in like beach attire. This one was done by Motim Art on Instagram. This is her fantasy version of Dobby and what he would be like. I think she made him a necromancer, and I just really wanted to draw it because I thought it looked really cool. Probably, honestly, one of my best drawings and one of my favorite drawings. Is just, I think it turned out really well. I'm a quick little sketch of Kaminari just chilling. For a while there in 2019, I would draw a lot of the My Hero Academia characters with like bubble tea or boba. Honestly, I've never had boba or bubble tea before, so I don't know why I drew them with it. I think it's just like the aesthetic. I don't know. I'd like to try bubble tea one day. I just drew Kaminari in like a hoodie with like a snapback hat. This is my first time drawing Yayorozu, and it's not great. I'd like to draw her again because I think her hair is really interesting and fun to draw. Here I have some more live action Aladdin. Well, this is live action Aladdin. This is animated Aladdin. I have this drawing of live action Aladdin when he's talking about all the jams that he has, because that is one of the funniest scenes in the movie of all time, where he's talking about the tiny spoons or the many jams we have. I had to draw him saying that. Some more doodles of Shiro because I love Shiro. I don't draw him very much anymore or at all, but I love Shiro from Voltron very much still to this day. Again, the bubble tea. I like drawing his floofy hair, and I like making him like really sexy because like, I don't know. This is, I think, a screenshot redraw. Yeah, from the first episode where they find him and like they go back to like Key's secret hut house thing. Oh, here. So I had this sketchbook when I was gone to Georgia, because I live in Wisconsin, so we went to Georgia on vacation, and we went in the beginning of June of 2019, and obviously it was Pride Month, and I wanted to do Pride drawings, so I made a list of all of the characters or ships that I shipped and wanted to do a bunch of drawings for them, like even just quick sketches. Obviously, this isn't Pride Month, this is just Deku and All Might, because it was All Might's birthday on June 10th, so I was obviously gone on vacation, so I did this drawing before I left. I still really love this sketch. I like how it's cropped out, like a lot of it's cropped out, but I love just the boldness of the colors. And then we start off Pride Month with Totodeku. You don't have to ship Totodeku, you can ship whatever you want in My Hero Academia. When I talk about My Hero Academia ships, I ship them in like cute little ways. Some more Totodeku. This is, I think, I tried to make them look like they were older, but it's not, I don't know. Kiribaku. We got Magnus and Alec from the Mortal Instrument series. We have Shiro and Adam from obviously Voltron. And then I have obviously Victor and Yuri, because I love Yuri and Ice. I did Tamaki or Amajiki-kun from My Hero Academia. I picture him as being bi in my head. I could be 100% wrong. Shiro with the pride, because I just really wanted to draw him with a gay flag like wrapped around. I drew this for Kaminari's birthday, but I still really like the way this turned out. I like that I did a lot of bold line art with like bold colors. I just like my traditional art in some areas. I did this Dobby sketch when we were on vacation as well in a hotel room one night. Here's my tickets because we also, on our way down to Georgia, we went to see Graceland, but then we also went to go see the Georgia Aquarium where they have like 4 whale sharks, and it was amazing. I'll link my Georgia vlogs down below. I did another drawing of live action Jasmine. This, honestly, still to this day, is one of my favorite drawings and one of my favorite drawings of Spider-Man. And I did this drawing of Spider-Man in one of his dramatic poses, and I just love the shading, especially on like this area. I love the shading. Like, obviously some of the proportions and like way the limbs are probably wrong. I'm not gonna like yell at myself for it because like I'm still learning. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's the end of that sketchbook.